fandom on the rocks.
I hit the button and I have no intro other than to say hello and welcome back to this Fandom on the Rocks 911 bonus mini episode mini series. I am Emily.
And I'm Allison.
And we're going to freewheel it through this second episode of our mini series where we just wax all things 911.
Because, you know, you get on the phone with your friends and you're like, oh my God, did you see this thing? And then all of a sudden it's been 90 minutes and you're still talking. And so
Only
we
90
talk to
minutes?
each other, but we also want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So,
and it's frankly, you know, we've been texting. Our poor thumbs have been reworked into texting appendages since, you know, I don't know, 20 years. But frankly, it's just much easier to talk into a microphone.
so much easier.
You know, we've adapted through many different types of phones and texting apparati, but talking is faster. So we're just going to
Indeed.
do this instead.
Indeed. And while I can't put a bunch of emojis in my voice, I can't put tonality into text. So, you know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
It is. No, that's different. Yeah, English doesn't really do tonality. I was going to say,
Not
like,
really.
different languages actually kind of do put emojis in their voices, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
In a strange way. That's kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah,
That.
English can, but it's mostly if you're an emotive speaker.
That's no. No.
Yeah, no, yeah. Tight. Hella.
Tight. Simply an emoji in a word. Tight.
If tight were an emoji, I don't even know where to start.
Tight.
All right. Well, speaking of things that are tight. Well,
I'm not going to say it.
Not really.
Mm.
I'm not going there. I'm just not going there.
Mm-mm.
I could,
Mm-mm.
but I'm not.
It's not even too early.
That's for me and my bookmarks, okay, guys?
Yeah, that's between me and my AO3 bookmarks. You know what, though? It's not. Because if anyone knows our AO3 accounts, those bookmarks are not private.
No, they're not. So, you know, go enjoy. I hope you have fun. If you get attached to Steric on the way in, we're still here.
We got a whole podcast about that too, and season 3 is on the way because they're getting edited.
Yay! But no, so let's see. What has evolved in our own personal 911 fandoms since the last time we recorded?
Well, I was going to say, you have blown through some more episodes is what's happened.
I am now like a third of the way through season 5.
Yep.
Right now, the Grant Nash family is preparing to propose to David.
Oh, yes.
Love this for them. And it does occur to me that his name is David Hale. And I was like, fantastic. That's Derek's dad.
What a weird mash of family that would be.
That would be a very interesting, the Grant Nash, Derek Hale household.
Derek Hale would make an excellent firefighter, paramedic, though.
Correct. So. And nobody could scare Uncle Peter straight like Athena Grant.
Absolutely. So I'm okay with that.
Sounds fantastic. Loving it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I am right now. So we've gone all the way through the tsunami arc, all the way through the shooting arc. I'm so sorry. Do I think about 911 in terms of Buddy? Of course I do.
I mean, we can't really let the shooting arc go unaddressed.
They do,
which is bananas.
Like, there was a text post on the internet talking about how there, I think now are more post-shooting episodes with Eddie than pre-shooting episodes. And they still haven't talked about it, like, in a real way.
Yeah.
Like, gentlemen.
I know. This remains... the first word that came to mind was bugaboo. With this show, and that's because I'm old as dirt. These poor people are thrown through so many situations and nobody talks about it, and they occasionally have a therapist, and you're like, no, I'm sorry, he was sniped in front of his husband and they're not talking about it. He bled out on the streets of Los Angeles, and Buck had this man's blood in his mouth and they're not talking about it. What do you want me to do with that information? Can even casual viewers just let that go? I don't understand. I know we're not casual viewers and that's a difference, but can a casual viewer let that go? They must, right?
They must.
I've never been a casual viewer of a TV show. Like, I don't understand.
And it's just to me, it is wild that they don't ever talk about any of it.
any of it.
I was talking to one of my new delightful fandom friends about, some people are really good at writing the sex stuff. Some people are really good at writing the like emotional fluff stuff. And I just need them to talk. And I'm sitting here going like, yes, he's literally just your Blorbo. Lock him in a car.
Yeah.
Just lock these two men together. No touching. Just talking.
Keep your hands to yourself.
After you've spoken.
Where's the episode where, well, I mean, they've already been sort of kidnapped and they didn't have a conversation. Like, hands tied, they're back to back to a pole, half kidnapped, conversation, 5-minute scene. What are we doing here?
Like, you remember I was there, right? Yeah, I remember you were there. You didn't see me? No, I saw you. Like, come on, dudes. My dudes.
My special friends.
My special friends.
What are we doing?
Something else we were talking about, and I just want to like smooch their big, beautiful brain, is that, we're all talking, the fandom at large, we're talking and bubbling about the Eddie coming out arc. Now, whether or not he ever does, I don't know. But looking back at it now, kind of rewatching it for the first time and looking back at the things that I've seen, his almost everything he does can be either explained or made better by him being not sexually attracted to women.
Yeah.
Literally, all of his choices still make sense. Some of them make more sense. The way he reacts to trauma makes sense. Some of it makes more sense. And we were talking about like, I just need a Buck or an Eddie Begins again. I need another one.
I love a straight man having a panic attack at the thought of a woman.
Like, it's not even just a woman. It's like, is this woman attached to your family? Eddie has like 30 seconds before he just like passes out on the ground.
Just fully incapacitated by the thought of this person being part of his family.
Like,
where he literally gave custody of his child to his best friend.
I don't understand it.
So either the writers are having psychotic breaks in the writing room and just don't know what they've put down on paper,
or they're writing the greatest like 9-season will they won't they arc of all time.
I mean, maybe there's a Glee style gas leak happening in the writer's room and they just don't know what they're doing.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
But no, I'm holding an obscene amount of hope for something that isn't going to happen. But in my little heart of hearts, we get an Eddie Begins Again where he kind of, whether he's talking to Frank or if he gets hit on it by a guy in Texas, or if it's his coma dream when he gets crushed by a tree.
He's not going to Texas.
He's getting crushed by a tree and having a nice coma dream. I don't know what it is. But he goes back and is like reminiscing about all of the compet throughout his life. And then because Joaquin Cedillo loves us and wants us to be happy, the episode ends with just like 10 minutes of flashback of unseen shot footage that Joaquin was doing the thing the whole time. And that there's just like a bucket of unused footage.
Yeah.
Of the two of them.
He just keeps it on a hard drive at home.
You know what?
With a little heart over, it just says B+E and it has a little
heart on it.
Little heart on it.
But that would be such an interesting thing. It'd be so interesting. And am I smashing my Blorbos together? Of course I am. This is what Blorbos do. This is the point.
I maintain that Eddie would not have married Shannon had it not been for Christopher.
Correct.
That's not like his greatest love.
No, literally, as someone who has been in love before in their life, never once does it feel like you're drowning in melted chocolate.
Yes.
Never once.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sign you need to get divorced. That's the sign.
What is it he says when they're sitting around a table with like Hen and he's like, I feel like I'm performing.
Yeah.
Are you, buddy?
Dating feels like a performance.
Yeah. Okay. A little special friend there.
Does it, bud? Does it?
Does it? It's not something Buck has ever said.
No. And, you watched Chimney and Maddie fall in love. You watched Bobby and Athena fall in love. And none of this feels fake or acted or not. Odd. How about that?
So weird.
How about that? And I mean, we can go on for an eternity, an eon, an epoch of you know, is Eddie straight? Does it matter? Does it matter if he's gay? Does it matter if he's just not straight? Does it matter all the little different flavors and shades that queerness can take on?
I mean,
And
it does matter if they've been doing it on purpose.
exactly. It
Won't
does
follow
matter if they're
through.
doing it on purpose. But if this is just how they're writing him and his queerness is inherent, then we get to kind of figure it out
Mhm.
because it changes. Of course it
Yeah.
does. That's how it works. You get new information and then you make a new judgment based on the new information. Do I like men? Huh. I don't really know. Probably. Do I then I get this particular man in front of me going
I
like,
was
yes,
gonna say,
yes, yes.
do I like one man?
Do I like one man? Yes, I do.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. And then maybe I kind of have to figure it out. Well, I didn't like him last season, but I like him this season. I wonder what changed. Like, I need somebody to go through it with him because he is just a struggle bussin' little guy.
Eddie Diaz has never had a good day,
Never once.
which is the children's book I'm gonna write.
Eddie Diaz in the always, always, always awful, terrible day.
Yeah, no good, very bad day.
Poor guy.
Which is why this pre-call we were talking about squicks.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not a squick. It's a what. I don't think it falls under squick. It falls under what are we doing?
Yeah.
This obsession the current fandom has with near-death experiences for both Buck and Eddie. Like they've had them. Let them live. Give these people a vacation.
No,
I know. I know. You want them both to die twice a day. I would like these two to go on a lovely Lake Tahoe vacation. I would like them to have bubble baths and saunas and massages and some like champagne and strawberries and to have a beautiful little vacation. And everyone else is like, fucking kill them with trees. Like, what is happening? They've died twice each. What are we doing?
They haven't learned their lesson yet, Emily.
Literally, like 90% of the fandom is like, fucking drop anvils on their heads. Like, give them
if
a
they
break.
would just learn their lessons, we wouldn't have to do this.
Every time I see NDE in a post, I'm like, what are we? Stop it. Let them live. And kill Christopher while we're at it. Like, stop.
No.
Oh my God, leave them alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you guys kill them. I'm going to send them to Vale. Like,
you should send them to Vale.
everyone else is like, I'm going to break their legs and do blood transfusions in the fields. And I'm going to send them to little cabins in the woods.
And I am going to have Buck and Christopher doing blood transfusions in the field while Eddie is helpless on the phone in El Paso.
No, I'm sending them to Christmas tree farms and everyone else is trying to murder them in the streets. Jesus Christ.
We can do two things, okay?
Apparently, the dichotomy that's happening is like, what? When did everyone decide that these men needed to die again?
Well, okay, I imagine that it's like kind of directly proportional to what's happening to them right now in canon. Because like I'm comparing it, as I do all things in my head to Teen Wolf. And by the end of the series, like we don't want Derek to suffer anymore. He has suffered enough. And so a lot of fic has him going to therapy and talking to the betas and like being, healed in the ways that he can. And then once he does that, then he gets with Styles and everything is fine. But like the worst thing that happened to Buck this season was he got a new boss who doesn't like him all that much and he got dumped.
Yeah, because he's already died twice.
Exactly. And so
he doesn't need to die every season.
He doesn't. But I'm saying that I imagine in the times where in fanon, or I guess in fandom, when he's getting struck by lightning or choking on bread or, being in a tsunami or
Talk
whatever.
About something that had no lasting impact was his throat was literally cut open on the dirty floor with a dirty knife. And he doesn't have a scar.
Man. But like when bad things are happening to him in canon, I imagine that fanon is nicer to him. But by the scale of things on the curve, he's had a really nice season 8. And so fandom has to be a little meaner to him now. It's a give and take. It's a give and take.
I will take him to a lovely little vacation. I'll take him to the Blueberry Inn in Vermont.
I just read a little Christmas fic where he's the baker in a little small Christmas
I read
town.
that too. It needed to be 90,000 more words.
Correct. It was beautiful. Did I send that to you?
You did.
Good. I should have. It was beautiful.
You did.
But he's just like that's the soft life for him. And that's good. But I needed to balance out. It's the salt and the sugar. I need the sea salt and the caramel. I need them both. And I imagine that both Eddie and Buck are going to have a very bad time in AB. And so like maybe fandom will be nicer.
Every character on this show has died. They've got to start hurting other people.
There are no other people to hurt.
There are, though. There are the incidences. There are the calls, right? Like this is my Grey's Anatomy problem.
Yeah,
like
that's the problem.
Stop hurting the characters. They can have other problems. You don't have to murder them.
Only one of them was murdered.
They can have emotional problems. You don't actually have to put them in blenders.
Yeah, but it has to be the threat of the blender, you know?
They're literal firefighters. The threat is always there.
Yes, but in order for the emotional
dropping
impact,
fire trucks on them doesn't literally have to happen.
No. If you're going to do the emotional drama, it can't just be like, oh, he went into the fire to save a person. Like, of course he did. That's his fucking job. I was there. I'm always there. We're together all the time. But it's, hey, this little kid looks exactly like your son, who I have really strong paternal feelings towards. And I had to make a choice in that moment between you and this kid. And it fucked me up.
Yes.
Like
and
that is the kind of that's the kind of shit I need.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
And if they don't want to do that, then I'm going to put these men in situations.
No, but they should do that situation. They can fuck Eddie up emotionally until he actually goes back to therapy and deals with his shit.
Until they talk about all the times they tried to die.
These people would be medically discharged so fast.
So fast. Oh my God.
Metal in his leg. He's out. Chimney had rebarred through his skull. He's out. I looked it up. They're out. They're done. Because accuracy in fic is paramount. They're out.
Would Hen and Eddie still be
yes.
like valid?
They're still good.
Okay.
Yeah, unless something happened with I'm not sure about Hen having hit someone with her truck for the legal reasons.
But they manifested that away. It was cool.
Medically, I'm not entirely sure because it doesn't look. Hen, I think, is fine medically. Eddie, I'm not entirely sure because that motherfucker doesn't seem to have gone to rehab for his shoulder, and I don't know what his range of motion is like with his shoulder.
Hasn't he now been shot in both shoulders?
Yes. Canonically, he has been shot through both shoulders, which it's not clear when you look at the footage from the helicopter because it's so fucking dark and like jittery.
Yeah.
Because God forbid TV shows and movies give us well-lit scenes. But yeah, he gets shot through both shoulders and his hand, which somehow he doesn't lose fingers to.
I don't
know. He doesn't seem to go to rehab for either incident. So his range of motion should be shot.
Yeah. And then Hen's just been shot the one time, but it's an old injury. She's fine.
That's an old injury. I think she's probably okay. But Eddie, I would actually worry about that his range of motion would affect his ability to do the job to the standard of the fire department.
Right.
So
to carry
hoses
and people. And, yeah.
He might be out.
Maybe they just need to get a whole new crew because their crew is too beat up.
Everyone else is like, oh, the 118's on the job. And the rest of the crew is like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
They can't. Oh, no.
Oh, no. No, it's really interesting. The
emotional destruction is great because then the actors get to do fun crying and they get their little pretty faces all emotive and Ryan Guzman gets his little quivery little twisty face thing that he gets going.
His twisty face when he's trying not to cry, and maybe it's because he's trying not to break. I don't know.
Because behind him, Oliver Stark is like making weird faces like he's Jensen Ackles. Great.
That the whole cast is just like making fun. But he's got this like twisty face where he like twists his mouth together.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm trying to like, be nice about it, while it very well may be that the actor's just trying not to break and it's, it works for the scene, it crushes me every time.
Yeah, I love beautiful men who cry.
Even more than the tears, it's Eddie saying like, I'm the emotions are here and I'm going to beat them back with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It is particularly prevalent to me in season 6, Do More.
Mm-hmm.
Because his entire mouth is just like twisting and twerking, trying. And is he trying not to break? I don't know. But in my little heart, he is trying not to just openly break and sob.
Do you know what's nice about it too? Is like he's a. I guess you can't actually say anyone is objectively beautiful because beauty is a standard across all different cultures. So like you
Yes.
can't really say he's objectively beautiful, but like, but he's not. It's nice that men are allowed to ugly cry.
Yeah.
And I wish women were allowed to ugly cry.
Correct.
Because like, I don't know, my one eye like closes completely when I cry because I don't know if there's like a weird nerve thing that happens, but like it's nice that he is allowed to have like the runny nose and the red face and like it's not a one single solitary tear politely running down his cheek.
Yeah, because like
It's nice.
I think all of them have been allowed to pretty cry.
Yeah.
But
then there's also Buck like screaming open mouthed snotty when he was under the well.
Oh, that hurts.
So like they've also gotten ugly cry, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need a heterosexual explanation for that. I'm gonna need one.
There literally isn't one, and we shouldn't pretend otherwise.
I have so many questions, and none of them can be answered.
Also, Eddie checking out Buck's ass in that one scene.
Yes. You're welcome. I was going through stuff and just gifting, and I was like, hold on a minute.
And it's not like Buck is packing a lot back there. I mean, it's taken Oliver Stark a little while to like round anything out because he skips leg day.
That is a hard muscle to work. Okay, it's very specific.
Well, especially when you skip leg day to only build up the top. Now, Guzman is all ass.
It's true.
Lucky him.
Yeah, but no, I have so many questions. Like, don't get me wrong. Fire Marshal Buck is in fact, a very good. That's a hot one. It's a good one. It's a good one. I love me with a clipboard. I do. But boy, Eddie, do I have some questions for you.
Listen, he was a soldier. He is good at taking orders.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of conversations about that one right there. Mm-hmm. Talking about living in the multiverse, like
soldier Buck.
I mean, like, yes, like let's do the
Buck can't be in the army. He failed out. He failed out of the SEAL training.
He did fail out of SEALs, but there are fics in which he doesn't fail out of SEALs. So that's always fun. But no, just the way that so many things can be true all at the same time. Now, this fandom in particular, the little buddy nugget of 911, feels very strongly about stuff.
They sure do.
They feel real strongly about stuff.
Yeah.
But that's one of the best parts of fandom is that, like, in a moment, anything can be true.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to hold true from day to day until canon says otherwise. So it's like, are you deeply attached to Sub Eddie because his entire life has been about taking orders and it's where he feels most comfortable? Like, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, are you going to wake up and talk about Brat Tamer Eddie because he only, after taking orders for so long, he's desperate to feel in control of, anything that he finds whatever. Everything. Like, those things can all be true from day to day, and it's fine. And it's like, we've got to reintroduce Squick to the fandom. We just have to.
Squick is the most delightful way of describing a thing that you personally don't like.
Not that it's bad, not that it's wrong, not that even you won't touch it, but just that you're like, ugh.
It's just not for me.
It's just not for me.
And the best part about it is you don't have to even tell people you don't like it. You keep that shit to yourself. Unless it's like your BFF. I can tell Allison that I don't like something and it's fine.
Yeah, we had a fight about it a few days ago and now we're here.
Yeah.
So.
Because it's not actually even a fight. It's just me going, no, thank you.
Yeah, and it's me reminding you. And it's me politely reminding you to use your tag blocker and me a little bit apologizing for all the stuff in my queue right now.
That's what the tag blocker is for. It's
that's
mostly
what the tag blocker is for.
It's mostly that I just forgot to set the tag blocker and I was like, what the fuck is all this? Oh, right. That was me.
Oh, right. It's about the things that there's so much morality in fandom right now about like, this is good, this is capital G good, this is capital B bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just about, it's not good or bad. It's in fact morally neutral. They are fictional characters.
Mm-hmm.
Let it ride. Do we have to have more nuanced conversations about RPF? A little bit.
Keep it off the streets.
Keep it off the streets. Keep it off the streets. And that's a slightly more, that's a level up in content and content creation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a level up. You got to be willing and able to have more nuanced conversations and have more nuanced boundaries, and just keep it off the streets. But like, if you like, I love, for example, Eddie calling Buck sweetheart. I love that shit. I love that shit. And I have a friend who doesn't. That just like, it squicks her, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm not the friend. It's not me. I don't care.
It's somebody else. But we love a squick, because everyone should be allowed to play in their own sandbox with their own toys. And if you don't want to play, then that's okay, and you can just walk away. No harm, no foul.
It's so easy to close the tab.
So easy. So easy.
And
easy
it's not
peasy.
your job to police someone else's like kinks. Go away.
Yeah, stop it. Also, just a general, please be nice. If ever you're in somebody's bookmarks, be fucking nice about it.
Oh, yeah.
Be fucking nice.
I feel like we have this conversation every couple of years, right? Like, a fandom pops up, it's populated with a younger crowd.
A new group.
Who are learning how to navigate fandom, because we started in the Trekkie days and beyond. And now those women are tired of all of us and they're done. And it's a process of educating and getting used to how to behave in a space. And unfortunately, social media platforms like Twitter are not the best space to learn how to operate in a system.
Nope.
They're just not, especially when they're full of trolls who are just out there acting up because they can.
Ugh, don't do that. Also, the number one rule of internet is don't feed the trolls. I know it's hard.
I know.
Don't feed the trolls. Don't do it. Block, delete, move on.
But like, that's the joy of a squick, is like, you like something, great, love it. And if your best friend doesn't like it, who cares?
Who cares?
It's not your job to make them happy unless you are actively writing them a fic that they asked for.
Yeah.
Or didn't ask for. If you are actively being like, hey, I'm going to gift you this thing, then that's the one time where you're trying to make them happy.
Hi, Emily, I'm going to write this thing that I know that you hate, and I'm just going to send it right to you.
Yeah. Hey, you know that pairing that is abhorrent to you? I'm going to write it for you.
Just for you.
That's not what we're doing here, but
that's mean.
Any other situation, if you're going into someone's blog and it has like the headline is a pairing you don't like, you walk away. You don't go to them and say like, hey, that's gross. You shouldn't ship that. That's on you to walk away. That's why this whole tag of like, do not interact, I don't fuck with that. No. What is this? It's your job to curate your experience on the internet.
Yes, it is your job to curate your experience on the internet, not anyone else's.
It's no one else's business to make you comfortable in a fandom like this. Anyway, so you'll get older, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you just get older. It's fine. Speaking of things that are way too serious and are going to make us cry, does Bobby Nash deserve his new family?
This is a topic we've been sitting on of like, hey, we should talk about this. How do we talk about this? We'll just do it.
So like, okay, for some context, for like 1,000 years of context, these are all fucking fictional characters. Hold your horses. Hold your ponies.
Bobby Nash is not a real person.
Bobby Nash is not a real person.
The people who died,
the 148 people who died in the fire, neither are Athena Grant and his kiddos. Okay,
not real.
None of them are real. This is a philosophical exercise. Okay, guys,
not real. Listen, this has been bothering me since the beginning of this show. Bobby Nash, and it's no judgment on someone who suffers alcoholism and addiction, right?
Right.
But he did cause the deaths of 148 people. And it's like, it doesn't matter somehow in this show?
That his like moral fiber elsewhere kind of, squeezed, like scrubbed his record. And I think that's one of the interesting things about Bobby is that he spends at least the first season and a solid chunk of the rest of the show in penance for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially in season 1, he spends it very clearly in penance for it. But like, is that ever something that you can make up for? Will he ever finish?
I don't know, because he doesn't so there is an investigation into the fire, and he is exonerated because it's deemed the fire to be an accident.
And it was.
Sure.
And also,
is there no accountability? I guess that's the letter of the law, is like, you can't be charged with a crime this for being drunk, I guess.
because as you kind of like look at the different levels of accountability. So there's his job accountability, and his like fire captain chief basically says like, you can't stay here, but
yeah,
I'll move you elsewhere.
You can go across the country and be in charge of these broken people over here.
So there's that part. And like, was that kind of fishy? Yes. But I get it.
It was concealed, right?
Yeah,
they concealed what happened so he could join the LAFD.
Yeah. Which then comes back to bite him in a few seasons.
It doesn't. It come, and you haven't gotten there yet, but it comes up again.
I got there the first time when the LAFD uncover.
No. Like, there's another character coming.
Oh, cool.
In later season, and I don't remember if it's 7 or I think it's 7.
Cool. Then I haven't gotten there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like the police investigation, and I guess by the letter of the law, I think you're right that the fire was started by a little,
faulty mechanism.
Yeah, that it overheated and it didn't auto shut off or whatever. So like, in theory, if that space heater had been upstairs in Brooke and Bobby's room and they were asleep,
mm-hmm.
it would have happened the same way.
Yeah. I think I feel like this was a lot for, and at this point, what is this season 1, so it's still Ryan Murphy kind of involved with Tim. This is a lot to put on a character that's going to be one of your leads throughout the show.
This is true.
And if it had just been his wife and kids, I think that sucks, and it's awful, and it's a huge burden. You get your Catholic guilt, you get their deaths, you get penance, but you don't have 148 other lives behind it. And I think it's those extra deaths that you're like, that's a lot for this man to be carrying, that I have a hard time forgetting about.
Yeah. And then they just
even after 8 seasons.
Yeah. It's a really interesting question. And then because it isn't just about his family, it's about the entire building and kind of the path there. And then what has happened is about, by the end of season 1, middle of season 2, Bobby's just manifested a new family.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. You do it for the plot. But like, at what point does Bobby get to forgive himself? Does he get to move on? And does he do it?
Yeah.
It's a really interesting question, and I don't know. Do I love Mom and Dad? Of course I do. Like,
yeah, I do
Bobby
too.
And Athena. I love them.
I love them too.
It's an interesting question.
And he carries a lot of guilt when Michael is still, struggling to be part of the family and not be part of the family, and when May is like, "You're my dad too," and he's like, "But I lost my kids," and you're like, "Yeah, but you should feel guilty.
You should feel guilty about that.
You really should." And I wonder if that was like a good choice in the development of the show, to be like, you killed your family and also 148 other people, and now you get to be captain of a fire department. And part of it, I think they tried to soothe it with when they figured out his blood had that factor in it that could save the lives of babies that they haven't brought up ever again. Right?
Of course not.
It's not like we see him. You could so easily have him walking in like, "Sorry, I'm late. It took extra time at the hospital donating blood this month."
Yeah.
Right? Are they just like Henrietta laxing his blood that just repopulates itself? Like, what are they doing with his blood? Surely he has to keep donating. Because the other guy, they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy comes in and he donates all the time, and now it's your job." Like,
surprise.
That shit bothers me a lot in TV shows, and I know they can't. This is why we can't be TV writers, right? Like,
no.
This is why I produced. I didn't write. Is that I get too bogged down in the weeds of fucking Buck has to go to rehab. Okay, we have to see him. I want to see it. I want to see it hurt.
Everybody has to go to rehab. Everybody.
They do. They're all broken. We talked about this before. I want to see the ice baths that they're taking. Because I Googled it. I have been on firefighter Reddit. Like,
because somebody researches a lot for her fic.
I do. There's more pages in the notes than there is in the fic.
And there's a lot of pages of fic, let me tell you.
I want to see them do the ice baths because they hurt after a 48-hour shift, right? Carrying hoses and 100 pounds of gear. Because it lends a realness to combat a fucking B-NATO.
Oh, the B-NATO. I loved the B-NATO.
So you have the realism of an alcoholic doing the work of his steps, which we see in detail with Bobby. And he goes to his classes, his meetings, and he does the work and he does the steps. And the writers really seem to care about this work for Bobby. And then it just kind of like disappears when it's not needed. But like, why not see his chips get, I don't think they get bigger. I just think you get new chips.
Yeah.
Like, why not see them on the desk? Like your 90-day, your 100, your 3-year chip, your 4-year chip. Like, why not just see it? It doesn't have to be a big deal.
Yeah, especially because he's not keeping it a secret anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows.
Yeah.
And so one of the things, speaking of Bobby Nash, and I don't know if we'll ever get to an answer on this question, just for you and me and the listeners, but one of the things I love about Bobby is how, especially in this climate, in the place that we are in time, how this show can simultaneously be so like Christian Catholic Jesus church and so queer at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really appreciate that about Bobby and about Athena, and just the show at large, that the two of them are so solid and secure in their faith, and that it impacts them not at all with things, with their relationships with their queer characters and their other folks.
Totally.
And I just, I think it's in season 2, I guess, we get that when Maddie's on the ride along, we get that like kind of protester, that Westboro Baptist kind of protester.
Yeah.
And so you very clearly see that like that kind of bigotry is still well and alive and good, but in our house, those two things can live together.
Yep.
And I just think that's neat.
It is neat.
And I hope at some point that Eddie gets to talk to Bobby and Athena about how do you smush Jesus and gay in the same brain. How do you do it? Because I think they could have a very interesting conversation, the three of them.
Well, he's going to have to go back to Hot Priest.
I mean, obviously.
And be like, I'm so sorry, you're right. That seat was open.
Yeah, that seat was open, and I did want the juice, and also.
Yeah. And I want the juice.
And I want the juice.
Got me feeling loose.
Get it.
I don't know if Bobby deserves to be happy. I mean, it's a TV show, right? Like, they're not going to...
I don't know. Like, so it's, for me, it's this whole thing about he does the penance for the fire. That's what we see. We see him, going through his 12 steps, and we see him at the meetings, and we see him talking about his experience, and we see him talking about that. But I don't know what kind of, is he putting in the same work for his family?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I think what I'd like to see somewhere along the line, and not that we haven't gotten glimpses of it. Let me tell you, when Shannon dies and Eddie comes in after her, like after they've called her, and he just collapses into Bobby's arms because Bobby is the only person in his whole life who will understand intimately what's going on with his life right now, breaks me every time. But like, I need to see Bobby talking specifically about losing his family.
Yeah.
Like, I need to see him work through it. I need to see him work through it with Athena. Like, I walk into this house, the one that you and I, designed and built, and the family that we built together, and I see Marcy. I walk into the room and I see her. I see May, but I hear Brooks laugh. Like, I need them to have that conversation, that the ghosts are still there.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is, I think the show is living on that he's good. I think the
That
show
he's like morally good, or that he's like cool with the dying.
that he's like not healed, but that he is in a place of being healed.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the show is now like he has come to a place of being
Of peace
healed.
about it.
Yeah, peace. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a question I still have. Like, are you telling me really that Bobby never sees pieces of Marcy in Athena, that Eddie will never see pieces of Shannon, that Hen
Yeah.
never sees pieces of Eva?
God, I hope not. Fuck her.
Yeah, well, fuck her. But also, like, because Karen a couple episodes ago just had her big breakdown of like, I see Eva everywhere. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
know you do, baby, and you don't deserve that.
I know.
Be nice to the Wilsons. Be nice to the Wilsons.
Oh, be nice to the Wilsons, but murder Buck and Eddie every episode?
Yes, every episode. Be nice to the Wilsons, but fuck the Buckley Diaz.
Okay, I see. I see how it is.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to put Hen and Karen in situations? Because I don't enjoy putting them in situations.
What? How are they any different?
Because
Why do we get to murder my boys, but the Wilsons are like, no, they're good.
I want to read about Hen and Karen being soft and warm and
Why?
happy.
Why them? Why do we drop fire trucks on Buck and we're like, no, the Hen and Karen get to have a lovely day at the spa.
We can't do
Why?
both.
No. If we're murdering my boys, they're getting it too.
Ugh,
We're taking those
fine.
kids and we're throwing them off bridges.
Fine. I'm sad, but fine.
Can't be nice to one and not the other. Mm-mm.
Ugh.
No, if I have to see one more fucking Foster fail storyline,
Oh, no.
I will turn the TV off. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of it. Let them have their kids and be done. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
I just, yeah. I feel like we're getting kind of not like the Glee problem, but in the way that Glee only figured out relationship problems by cheating.
Yes.
We need to figure out other ways of like drama that isn't near-death experiences.
Oh, I don't know, like money, maybe?
Oh my god, yes.
Because let me tell you, those firefighters are not making money. And now, how many fucking children do the Wilson, like, how much money
we
do
only
they
have 2.
Oh, that's right. They have 2 now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're raising 2 children in Los Angeles. Hen is a firefighter. What does Karen even do now? Just part-time job at the lab, but the lab blew up? What is she doing?
I don't know.
She's a stay-at-home mom now? Like, what is her job? They don't have any money?
I
That could be
don't
their
know.
problem, that they're paying a mortgage and all these fucking bills for medical expenses. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, get the Buckley Hans and the Grant Nashes and the Wilsons, and then just the Diazes, but with Buckley kind of like, ooh, what are we doing over here?
No, these people can't afford their lives.
No, they can't. They cannot. I mean, I think Bobby and Athena are the only ones who can attempt to afford their lives, especially now that Maid's out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't they trying to build a new house?
Yes, their house burned down, so
Yeah.
Okay, well, if they live in Los Angeles, do they have fire insurance?
Do they have fire insurance? Not probably anymore in LA.
Probably not. It's probably been canceled on them. But it's a
Yeah.
TV show, so they probably do have fire insurance.
Yeah. Like with all the people who were trying to do the who are like canceling flood insurance if you live in like the Gulf. Like, no, that's the only reason.
Yeah. So let's say they still have their fire insurance, but they're going to rebuild a house on the land. But they have, But you know how long insurance claims take? And the materials, post-COVID materials? Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a couple $1 million to rebuild that house. Easy. It's not happening.
Ugh.
Let's see.
Okay. So because it's now screaming so loud in my head, I can't stop it. Dear friends.
Countrymen.
Right now, Los Angeles County is on fire.
Yes.
Like very, very much on fire. Emily and I both lived in Los Angeles. We both worked in Los Angeles. We went to school in Los Angeles. And I need to tell you from the bottom of my fucking heart, do not give the cast grief over the filming schedule. For the love of God.
Yeah.
If there's any... No, don't. Don't do it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk to them about it. Los Angeles right now is on fire. Like, leave that shit in your group chats, do not take it to the streets.
No.
There are tons and tons and tons of resources out there. If you are in Los Angeles, if you are looking to throw money at Los Angeles, they can use all the help they can get. But like, as fandom, it is our job to support the programs that we enjoy, not to get in their faces about it in the times of crisis.
Also, there are hundreds of people who work on these TV shows who need those jobs. It's not the actors who make a little bit more. Also, working actors don't make that much money. But the hundreds of crew members on the show need those jobs to survive. So if they can keep filming during this, they should.
Like, keep it. I know we joke about keep it off the streets, but keep it off the streets. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, we should talk about something else. I know we should.
Yes, we can talk about a better topic than
than
fire in Los Angeles. Although it has been like almost an hour. So maybe that's a good place to end.
No!
These are supposed to be mini episodes.
I've never been mini about anything in my life.
We haven't. We really haven't.
Okay, nice things to talk about. Emily just finished writing a fic.
Oh my god. Yes, thank you.
It's amazing. It's so good.
It has been a very long time since I did that. So thank you.
And I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you. You're writing one too, so I'm very proud of you as well. And you have been writing.
I am. It's 16,000 words right now.
It's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words. I hope you all enjoy sexting. I hope that's fun for you. It has been interesting trying to write that. Let's be real here. That's been fun. But yeah, so that's exciting.
Writing's hard.
Writing is so hard. Be nice to your writers. Be nice to your GIF makers and your video editors. Tumblr is the Reblog website. Reblog.
It is the Reblog website. It's not TikTok. It's not Instagram. Likes don't matter. I mean, on like AO3, likes are delightful, but if it's on Tumblr, like, yes, reblogs are the way to go.
Kudos are great. I literally took a comment email that I got today and I showed it to my husband and I got little kicky feet on the couch. Like, trust me when I tell you that every comment you leave might inspire kicky feet in an author.
It really does, actually. It really brightens people's day to see comments, even if they're like a heart emoji.
Yeah.
And I'm really bad at leaving comments. Like, I get secondhand embarrassment about myself leaving a comment on someone like, this was good. But do it anyway. Like, I leave hearts because I get awkward.
Yeah. But like, be nice to your content creators. Create content. If you made a thing and you're scared to post it, post the thing. Tag it appropriately. So those of us who use tag blockers can use tag blockers if we need
to. Don't have to look at your stuff.
But there are people out there who do want to look at your stuff. So be brave and post it anyway.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we should get out of here. It's 53 minutes.
We should. I mean, obviously, there's going to be more of these. If you have questions about 911 that you want us to talk about, or like topics about 911 that you want us to talk about, like send them in somehow. I don't know, like in an Instagram comment or whatever. We will come back with another episode and more questions, like fit questions, episode questions, ship questions. I'm sure there are other like very specific things that'll pop up in an episode. We're going to be like, we're going to talk about this one specific thing for 36 minutes.
Eddie Diaz passing out and having a panic attack.
Yes.
At the prospect of being with a woman.
Eddie Diaz, great character or the greatest character.
Tune in next time.
Next time on. So thank you for listening. You can find us at Fandom on the Rocks. We have a Patreon with all sorts of other bonus content. Season 3 of Pack Dynamics, our Teen Wolf podcast, is on the way. Those episodes are getting put together, and then they will drop once a week. And Glee on the Rocks is also putting new episodes out. You know, if you want to yell at Ryan Murphy some more, the way we love to do, that's always an option.
Ryan Murphy Extended Cinematic Universe.
Exactly, because this is also a Ryan Murphy show. So thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time with the Wee Woo Wee Woo show.
Wee Woo Wee Woo Wee Woo.